you have a background in psychology. So what do you think are the common psychological factors that contribute to road accidents these days?
The common psychology in general, if I'll say, people have a very good, there are good drivers, there are normal drivers, I must say. But the point is, everyone feels that I am driving very fine. I cannot make any mistake. Wherever I am going in the right way. So I think that's the issue where we need to work upon. And as I told, that we are the believer that first the government has to perform, and accordingly the road users or the public can perform actually. So there are different angles basically if we talk about the road user behavior. Yes, uh, the system of learning driving we have been observing for last many years actually. Now we have good training institutes and everything. That system has been developed, or it's in process also, which is being developing. But in the previous time, everybody was learning the driving from the relatives, from the friends or something like that. And the same sort of the road user behavior is coming on road. कि कहीं से भी गाड़ी चला सकते हैं, कहीं भी जा सकते हैं. Means what is the right turn, what should be the difference between two vehicles, while on which speed. So these are the technical issues which were somewhere not totally were informed, or the drivers were not fully trained about it. So those are the flaws, unfortunately, where we need to work. And now the government is taking initiative for last few years, if we say. So we can have more good institutes where we can have good driving training institutes where we can have good drivers actually, and they come on roads. But the but the wrong intuition in mind that I'm the best driver. Okay, fine. If you are considering yourself a best driver, so might be other is not on the right way. So as per that, you have to perform. You have to drive, or you have to use the road accordingly.
Yeah, that reminds me of just, I think yesterday or day before, there was an accident that happened in Delhi where a school bus was going on the wrong side and then collided with a car. I think five or six people passed away on the spot because of that. And that was like a very it looked like an expressway or one of those roads where the speed limits are quite high. It looked like on one side itself, there were 3 to 4 lanes. And then I saw a person coming, a school bus with, thankfully there were no students in that, but coming from the opposite side. I mean, like, what are these people thinking, right? Like, why are they not thinking, or what would it take for them to start becoming more compassionate while they're on the road, right? Because this is like, I mean, they're going around with almost like a machine gun, right? And then so careless about the way they're using that. So yeah, I think generationally people have been taking safety very, very light. But how do we systematically change that?
So Tanmay, thank you for raising this issue already, because it was in my agenda also, the points I have noted for the webinar. The point is, for last 2 days, we are interacting with different media. Just completed one of the interview with another national news channel for the same. The point is that in case of the crash which had happened on the Delhi Meerut Expressway, which is a very big infrastructure, and it happened near about in the boundary of Uttar Pradesh, near Gazipur and all. So there are different angles to see this crash. One is, you very much well mentioned, that this is a big machine in our hand and we are just using in what a way we are, we have been taught or we have observed how people are driving, and we are also driving in the same way. But another angles are also there which needs to be taken care. The driver has driven the bus, that school bus basically. That is more important. The school bus was there, and it has been driven for 8 kilometers on expressway. The expressway where the entry exits are particularly mentioned. There are controlled entry and exits are there. So our point is that where is the enforcement for 8 kilometers? What were the cameras were doing over there? What was the technologically based enforcement over there? Why they were not stopped? Or what type of entry or exit was there? It is to be taken care. Uh, is from the point he has got the entry, must be an exit because he was on the wrong side. So from an exit, he got an entry in which a way he has entered that expressway. So the design, the enforcement, and other parts are also very much important because he driven the bus on that track. He was totally faulty, 101%. But what about, we are talking about expressway, and it was Ghaziabad, Delhi. That is the area which has been used. So why we are not enforcing properly? If on one side we are having the expressway, so another side we have to build the capacity for our enforcement as well. We have to build the capacity for our safe infrastructure also. That should be the four given roads. That is the term we usually use basically. So why that infrastructure is also allowing to have an entry from the exit point for a driver, how it was convenient and he got entered over there. So there are different angles to see this problem, and this is what when we talk about road user behavior, so there are two different factors. One is enforcement and safe infrastructure. They both play a vital role, major role to develop a good road user behavior. So this is what is to be taken care. Only awareness and only putting all the efforts for the road user behavior and neglecting other aspects would not suffice, and that will not give us the full result.
So in this situation, you're saying that the government should also have like better controls in place to even prevent that person from being able to come on the opposite side, right? Or coming head on when the traffic is moving in a particular direction. But how would they do that? Like, what are those mechanisms that could be put in place? A camera will of course give you that feed that okay, somebody's going in the wrong direction, but how would you in real time make that correction?
So this is you said very correctly. In case of cameras, are we only using those cameras for passive enforcement, just for the collection of the tickets, the challan amount that this vehicle was violating some traffic rules, and only we are using those cameras enforcement for the challaning purpose and not the monitoring purpose? That's a big question has been raised up. So this is what I told. It is not 1 kilometer or half kilometer the bus has driven on expressway. It was rather 8 kilometers. It matters. 8 kilometers is not a small stretch. So 8 kilometers is not a small stretch on which the bus was driven. So this is where we need to put more attention. We are having more greenfield ways. We will be having more expressway. The way we are heading towards developing and constructing new roads, new infrastructure for the road user. In the same way, parallel way, we have to get active and basic enforcement system, strong system for those expressways also, because we are giving them the more speed limits on those expressway or greenfields. So that is also parallelly most important aspect to provide such facilities, not facilities, rather the control, to control the violations and crashes on those beautiful expressways as well.
Yeah, I think you rightly mentioned that these cameras should do more than just giving these tickets or violation tickets and then collecting fines. It should do more. Yes.